Good morning, everyone. We're going to give a second for everybody that's joining us this morning, get logged in, and to be able to check your audio settings. And what you should do is, if you have any questions throughout this session, you can use the questions box on the right-hand side in order to pose those questions. Our presenters today, and what you should see in front of you on the screen, is a copy of the PowerPoint presentation put together by the Louisiana Housing Corporation. We're really excited to have both Crystal Kesher-Ward and Terry Hale with us this morning to go over one of their programs on down payment assistance and what realtors should know regarding that. And we've got Terry on the line, and we're working on Crystal's audio at the moment. And what we'll do is, Terry, I'll let you get started, kind of talk a little bit about the Louisiana Housing Corporation, and I can advance the slides for you if you want to just let me know when you're ready to move on to the next slide. And
okay, that's good.
We'll hold questions to the end. This is being recorded so that for realtors that have to jump off early or can't catch the whole thing, or you want to go back and hear details of the presentation, you can go back and access that. And thank y'all so much. We've been working with the Louisiana Housing Corporation for a long time on figuring out ways that our missions can come together and we can help more home buyers in the marketplace. So thank you, Terry.
Well, thank you. Welcome, everybody, to the Louisiana Housing Corporation Realtor webinar. My name is Terry Hale. I represent the Central and North Louisiana portion of the Louisiana Housing Corporation. I'm one of the business development officer up here, so I'm just really excited to be a part of this. All right, what you see in front of you is our PowerPoint, and it's fueled up down payment assistance. And this will help you to understand our processes and how you can connect in. The next slide there, Amy. What is the Louisiana Housing Corporation, or we call it LHC? Okay, the next PowerPoint slide there. About Louisiana Housing Corporation. First of all, it was officially started in 1980 as the Louisiana Housing Finance Authority. It was in the 2011 legislature, it was changed. What it did was merge multiple state housing services providers to centralize and streamline the service, and that's when it became the Louisiana Housing Corporation. It's recognized as a quasi-state government agency. It administers federal and state funds to provide affordable housing solutions and related services to low to moderate income families and individuals. It establishes and implements housing strategies and policies. It co-chairs the state's Disaster Housing Task Force. All right, next slide there. And our mission at the Louisiana Housing Corporation is to ensure that every Louisiana resident is granted an opportunity to obtain safe, affordable, energy-efficient housing. Okay, the next slide. The affordable home ownership options, we have several of them, is that we have the down payment assistance program. One of them is government market rate program. We have the Louisiana Housing Corporation conventional program. We've got the mortgage credit certificate product. And we've got the soft second programs. And actually with a soft second, we have what's called the resilient soft second, which represents everybody that was a part of the March or the August 2016 floods. It gives money for that. And the soft second program, which was helping the flooded areas back in with New Orleans and stuff. The assistance available with this is from the grants in this. Assistance is available from 0% to 4%. The soft second program, the first one, the soft second, the resilient soft second that I mentioned first, it with the March and August 2016 floods, it provides up to $60,000 in down payment assistance. With that, it's like up to $55,000 for the down payment, and up to $5,000 is with the closing costs. And then this other one, the first one there, up to $35,000 is same thing. It's up to $30,000 with the down payment assistance, and up to $5,000 with the closing costs. All right, and I think Crystal's going to pick up the next one here, the next slide. Crystal, are you on?
Let's see, Crystal, we have you unmuted. Are you able to join in? Terry, it looks like she just disconnected. Are you able to pick up this
Let me go ahead and,
of it?
I'll go ahead and talk through it. Okay, with the down payment assistance grants, we have the market rate, Ginnie Mae, and conventional programs, which is listed the FHA, the VA, the USDA rural development, and the conventional. The program details of this is the minimum is you have to have a 640 credit score, and that's still pretty good. We have others that are high, not us, but other organizations that have higher, but ours is still at 640. We have a 30-year fixed rate. It must be primary residence, and it does not have to be a first-time home buyer. That's the government-only one. All right, the down payment assistance grant, market rate is 0 to 3% of assistance. Household income of 115% of the area median income. The mortgage limit set by FHA, VA, or the rural development loan. It's 1 or 2 units, FHA only. Site-built homes, condo townhomes, double-wide mobile homes, FHA, and these are permanently affixed. Okay, the LHC conventional is 0 to 4% assistance. The borrower or borrower's income up to 80% of the AMI. The mortgage limit is $417,000. It's on 1 unit. It's with site-built homes, and the condos are townhomes. Next slide. Okay, the home buyer education is required for first-time home buyers. We have a great HUD counselor, and you'll see here Sonia Andrews. She is awesome, and if you need any help with that at all, in fact, her first classes start, she's got a set of classes tonight and tomorrow night from 5 to 7. You can contact her at smith@lhc.la.gov, and she will be more than happy to assist you in any of that. Okay, I've got a text coming. Can Crystal, are you on? Okay. All right. With the homebuyer education, we have LHC offers virtual homebuyer education classes monthly at no charge. So that's a great thing. And I went through Sonia's classes when I first started working in this certain position, and she is awesome. And I just highly recommend her. Y'all reach out to her if you need help in that area. You can visit our website or contact our certified homebuyer counselor, Sonia Andrews, for a schedule. You can also follow this link for a list of HUD-approved counseling agencies. We also have on the HUD-approved, there's the online courses of eHome America and Framework. Ours doesn't cost anything. I think I'm not remembering which one that doesn't cost right now either. But then the other one, there's a fee to be able to take their classes and stuff. So anyway, just reach out to Sonia and she will get you started. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is the breakdown of our programs and stuff. With a single parent, the purchase price of a home has to be $249,740. The 3.5% down payment assistance is $8,741. The fixed rate FHA is 4.75%. and the estimated total note will be $1,698.56, and the assistance in that would be $9,809 from our program. The cash needed for a single parent is $0, which is great for a single parent. Okay, married 7-member household there on the left. The purchase price for a house would be $115,000, 20% DPA, which would be $23,000. The conventional fixed rate is 5.125%, and the estimated total note would be about $825.26. The assistance to a married 7-member household would be $23,000 down payment, $5,000 closing costs, and the cash needed for the home buyer would be $1,500. All right, back over here to single parent. If you have a purchase price of $135,000, the DPA on that is $4,725. The fixed rate with FHA is 5%, and the estimated total note is $996.07. The assistance that you would receive would be $5,393.76, and you see there the cash needed at closing is about $445.76. So there's just different things for each family.
So Terry, can you go, I know
Yeah.
you're going over kind of the specifics of the program, but for a lot of the realtors here, what they're thinking is, okay, well, if I have a buyer, how do I know that the LHC has some program that might qualify for them? What are the things I'm looking for? And how do I get them in touch with somebody at LHC in order to be able to look at these options?
We actually have lenders throughout the state that are LHC, that work with LHC with the different programs. And the best thing to do would, I think, would be to contact those lenders and, just see which particular programs they offer from their in their institution. And that way they can, find out what is, available for their buyer. You can go on to lhc.la.gov or Louisiana Housing Corporation and go in the home buy-in section or the tab or the lender realtor, and you can be, you can access that information there. That, just to let you know who's available in your area for that particular. I know I'm in the north central area. We have several lenders up here that work with. Hello?
Oh,
Hey, Crystal.
Okay, let me be quiet. Sorry.
Yay, Crystal, you want to take over? You can answer this question too. I'm trying to give this. Okay, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, Crystal. We're glad you got your audio worked out. Terry has gone over kind of some of the details with this down payment assistance, but I wanted her to back up a little bit because not everybody who is, a realtor and tuning in today, and certainly as people access this material as a recording, they may not know, okay, how do I, if I know I'm working with a set of buyers, how would I know that this particular set of buyers might be somebody that I can bring to the table to look into what LHC has to offer? So I wanted her to talk a little bit about your partnership with your lenders, but also how do they take what they're learning today and be able to identify or know which clients that they're working with that can maybe be beneficial to some of these programs. And so where do they need to go? What do they need to do? What are they looking for? And then certainly we'll start to get questions on, specifics that I can kind of ask y'all on that end. But now that you're connected, feel free to jump in and kind of weigh in on what those things are.
Okay, sure. I'm not certain what Miss Terry has covered. But yeah, so when you're participating in a buyer's consultation, a couple of things that you would look for would be, of course, their occupation. We see a lot of school teachers, public service individuals, so school teachers, police officers, firefighters. Your receptionist at your doctor's office, the receptionist at the dentist's office, the essential work. I can say that all of our essential workers typically fit into our programs. So when you're in the middle of a buyer's consultation and you're asking, what do they do as an occupation, as a profession, and you get some of those would be triggers for you to think LHC. And I know that inside of our mission statement, we mention low to moderate income families. When we are talking to the general public, we typically say working class families. Okay. Because of course, no one wants to be reminded of their financial situation, especially in a COVID-19 climate. So we say working class families. And again, those working class families would fall into those professions that I just mentioned, all of your essential workers, all of the public service areas. And do not forget your receptionists, any receptionists. We've had nurses that participate in our program, per diem nurses. We've had, just a plethora of essential and service persons. So whenever you hear those professions, if you hear anything along the lines, well, I really don't have, and I know some realtors get really in depth with their client, some do not. But if you have a client that's open that says, I don't have the cash reserves for closing, that would be a trigger. If they say something along the lines of, I would like to keep my savings, do you know of anything? Of course, that would be a trigger. Um, and our relationships with our lenders, we have a lot of participating lenders throughout the state. We are statewide, so any parish that they're looking at purchasing in, we are available in that parish. Your first step would be to connect with one of our participating lenders. We're kind of like the people behind the curtain running around. Um, but you deal directly with our participating lenders. They are very, very educated on looking at files and looking at documents to see what program would this client fit in. So that would be my advice to realtors. Look at the occupations, and then think working class. So that would be the and go directly to, I would build a partnership or relationship with a lender that is well versed on our products.
And I
Okay,
related
that's a great.
to that. I related to that. You can find that on our Louisiana Housing Corporation, who we have partnered with as lenders, who represents our programs and stuff. So you can just go to the lhc.la.gov website and look for lenders, and you'll be able to find out who's in your parish.
Yep. So Miss Terry, did you cover this slide?
I had just started on the mortgage credit certificate, MCC. If you want to go ahead and start on there, I'll let you take it over.
Okay, alrighty. Okay, so I know Miss Terry talked about the soft second. She talked about the market rate government, the LHC conventional, the mortgage revenue bond products. So all of those are down payment and closing cost assistance. The MCC, this is kind of like the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae, right? This one here is not necessarily down payment assistance per se. This is a credit. This is a certificate. Think of a paper certificate that your home buyer can obtain while purchasing their home. It has to be purchased prior to closing on the home. But let me tell you the benefits of the MCC. Couple of first years in a home, we're paying nothing but interest, right? It's a ton of interest. So they can get a credit on top of the other credits that they get for being a home buyer. They can get a credit with this mortgage credit certificate of up to $2,000 annually on their taxes. They do have to income qualify, and it's at 80% of the area median income. So that's based on the parish that they're in. But they can get a tax credit of up to $2,000 each year. Now, I've seen this work two ways. It's always going to work in favor for the clients. And if you're a realtor who understands how the MCC works, it could only add value to you. But I've also seen it help with your clients that may have some very strong and very tight debt to income ratios. You see, this same $2,000 certificate can be used as income. So it's a double-headed sword, right? Not only do they get a tax credit around income tax time, but when, let's say that they're purchasing next month and they qualify and they get the MCC, that $2,000, that lender can use that $2,000 as income because it is income, right? It's a tax credit. They're going to see it in April, but they can use it right now. So that $2,000 breaks down. If you divide 2,000 by 12 months, it breaks down to about $166 a month. That lender can use that 166 and put it back into the loan, right? And that gives your buyer more buying power. So that relaxes those DTIs sometimes, but it also gives them the ability to go from maybe 120 to maybe that house that they like that's 125. Okay, so think of the MCC as the cherry on top. It's not necessarily down payment assistance, but it is assistance to help our working families, our low to moderate income families. Not only assist them in April when it's time to file for taxes, but it can assist them now if their debt to income ratios are really tight and they need a little bit more assistance to push them over the hump of that house that they really, really want. They must occupy the home. It must be their primary residence. They will check for homestead exemption. And they must of course pay the mortgage. So this is just an extra layer, guys. And that's all about the MCC. Next slide, please. So this is just an example of what I was saying. It gives an example of a loan amount of $150,000. The interest rate is at 4.875. Whoa, that's kind of high right now. 30-year, all of our products are 30-year fixed income. All of them are 30-year fixed. And so that first year on 150,000, they're going to pay about $7,300 in interest. And they, like I said, the max is $2,000, but something is better than nothing, right? So the breakdown is for about 40%, which gives them $2,925 of that $7,312, but the max that's allowed is $2,000. So they will get the max that is allowed, which can still benefit them in the long run on their taxes. Next slide. Okay, so our home buying process. Like I said, you're in a buyer's consultation and you get some triggers. And so the first thing you would do is have your client contact the participating lender of your choice. The lender will discuss the mortgage options and advise the client about which program best fits their situation. Of course, they would obtain a pre-qualification letter. You guys go house hunting, you submit a purchase agreement, and then the lender packages the file together and sends it over to LHC for approval. I would say on these files, 45-day window, not a 30-day, a 45-day window, just to give that extra layer. Kind of look at it like an RD file. Whenever you have to send it off to RD, same thing with LHC. It has to be sent off to LHC to get further approval. So a 45-day window would be best. Sometimes on some of our programs, we have internal inspections that have to be conducted. And so that's why we ask for the 45-day window. Have I seen them close sooner? Of course. But just to be on the safe side, 45 days. So we're a lot of times, like I said, we're in the background running around. You never really talk directly to us. Our hands and feet are our lenders and you guys. And so we really, really appreciate you guys for that. But we are in the background making sure that your client receives the assistance that they need to get into this home, to get them to the closing table. Next slide. Okay, questions, yay.
So there are a couple of questions that came in throughout the presentation. What's the difference between the down payment assistance and assistance amount?
Assistance amount. Well, the assistance amount is based on the loan amount. So whatever the loan amount is what the assistance amount would be. I know that you see like 0% of assistance, 1, 2, 3, 4, but that is still based on the loan amount. So it's not a flat flat rate, but it is a flat percentage, if that makes sense. I hope I answered that. Ms. Terry, you have anything?
Okay. Lydia, if that question is not clear or that answer was not clear to your question, just repose it again. And then Ms. Terry, do you have anything to add regarding the down payment assistance amount?
No, I think Crystal answered it well.
Okay. So if home prices in the New Orleans area is typically more than 200,000, is there a cap amount on the price of a home that individuals can purchase?
Good question. Yes, there is a cap. It's 271. It's
Okay.
typically 71. Mm-hmm.
And then for 2,000, I guess this is regarding the MCC, the credit, is $2,000 every year, 30 years?
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the max that
Okay.
they can get 40% of the interest. So just think of it that way. 40% of whatever the interest is they pay, because the further into the loan, the less interest they pay. So it may not reach up to 2,000, but the max they can receive is 2,000.
Okay. Is there a certain amount that's available annually from LHC?
Annually. I don't know if I understand that one. Okay, let me try it this way. So do we run out of funding? Yes, we do in certain programs. We want the soft seconds are one of the programs that is CDBG funds, and with those funds, when it's first come first serve. So once it's gone, it's gone. But our MCC, our mortgage revenue bonds, our market rate government, and our conventional, those are always around. They do not run out. So no, we don't have like an actual cap on what's available each year, but we do have some programs that will run out of funding. I hope I answered that correctly.
Okay. And so, as we mentioned in the beginning, this is going to be kind of a 4-part series where we talk about a lot of the different areas. So today we focus on down payment assistance. We talked a little bit about that mortgage credit. Next time, Ms. Sonia is going to talk about HUD, the home buyer consultation, as well as the education piece, how you can incorporate that into what you're doing. We'll also get into the resilience soft seconds, and what I've put on this screen is so that you can see the different options that we have and sign up for those so that you can get access to that. We have another question here. Is the funding renewable and refunded by the government annually? Or where can you find income limits?
Okay, I can answer that one. Okay, income limits be found on our website, lhc.la.gov. If you have a very specific question regarding one of our programs and you do not see it on our website, you can send myself or Miss Terry an email at my email is ccasher, that's CCASH, there it is, yay, ER at lhc.la.gov. And there's Miss Terry's and there's Miss Sonia's as well. Income limits are on our website, but if you need a specific exhibit and you do not see it on our website, please feel free to shoot us an email and we'll definitely get it to you.
And what I'll do for everybody who's in attendance today is when you get the follow-up email in about an hour or so, I'll make sure that both the recording and the presentation is attached along with that. I don't see any other questions at this point. If you have them, please pose them in the questions box while we have all of these ladies with us this morning to provide us a valuable resource for your clients. No other questions. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Thank you, Crystal and Miss Terry and Sonia, for participating and taking time out of your morning to help educate us realtors on some of the programs LHC has. We look forward to the rest of the series.
Thank you so much for having us, Miss Amy. Thank you guys for your time this morning, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes, we are. Thank you for connecting. Thank you so much.
Everyone have a great day.
You too.
All right, you too, Amy. Bye-bye.